Chris Cox, welcome to Trade Finance Talk TV.
Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure to have you. So here we are at Sibos, Amsterdam. Can you give a quick introduction and elevator pitch? Who are you, where are you from, and what do you do?
My name's Chris. Where am I from? I'm from England. I work for Citi Group. I've worked there for 32 years, and currently I'm the global head of trade and working capital solutions for the bank. I spent roughly a third of my career overseas, particularly in Asia. So delighted to meet you, and I hope that's a good introduction.
Yeah, lovely, and we're both from London. So I guess big themes right now: navigating uncertainty, managing risk, and building resilience. How is Citi's trade team helping its corporate clients during these very turbulent times?
Yeah, great question. Look, it's been a remarkable 36 months. It's nice that we're here at Sibos, and we're actually some signs of social liberation, as it were, and then people very much wanting to do business. But we focused on supporting our clients through very challenging times. Right? There's been real stresses in supply chains. Some of that began to ease at the beginning of the year, and then obviously we had the complications in Ukraine this year. Look, Citi's core mandate is to support commerce, and support our clients, and support their growth where they want to grow. So from a trade finance perspective, we've tried to respond to that. So whether it was during lockdown, it was extending terms of financing, or currently looking at how we support them more operationally, and they think anew about some of their supply chains. So I think we have three core missions: support them from a financial perspective, support them from an operational perspective, and then increasingly make the supply of that finance much more frictionless to them. So focus on the digitization and delivery of that finance as convenient as possible.
And let's talk about that finance in with respect to Citi's FI business, because liquidity provision has really been a key theme over the past few days. And as a top confirming bank, according to EBRD, and we were just in Istanbul a couple of weeks ago, how are you supporting correspondent banks, given the trade finance gap particularly affects these smaller banks?
Sure, great question. Citi has its own target market of clients. It's broadly speaking 5,000 plus global multinational corporates. The work we do with financial institutions is to support them with their clients. So our FITA business has grown about $1.5 billion this year in terms of notional, and it's principally into emerging markets, the countries like Brazil, India, China, and regions like the CCA. We're obviously in a lot of those countries. Citi has a network north of 90 countries presence, and we use our correspondent banking network. We partner with those correspondent banks so they can partner with their local corporates, and in that way reach down into supply chains. Now, we don't have infinite appetite for all those markets, and that's where the roles of the agencies come in. By working with agencies like the EBRD and the IFC, we can actually cooperate to get the supply of more finance to them.
Yeah, and I guess doubling down on distribution is really important there. Let's talk about tech, and can you talk about Citi's e-loans trade platform and how it's kind of performing globally?
Sure. Look, this is another advance, I think, that's been accelerated through lockdown. What we've done is we've rolled out the capacity to request and manage loans electronically through our e-loans capability. We've seen tremendous take-up to the product. It's live in 72 countries offshore and 14 countries onshore. It's growing at a very strong double-digit growth rate, and it's all about making the convenience of e-loans to clients just as straightforward as possible.
Great, thank you. And Citi's committed to meet net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, and you've doubled your environmental target to $500 billion by 2050. What does this actually mean for trade, Chris, and also trade finance and ESG-linked lending for Citi? And can you give any examples?
Sure, let me take it up a level first. Obviously, Jane Fraser's our new CEO, and day one on the job, Jane committed to $1 trillion by 2030, and that's split roughly 500 billion environmental and 500 billion social. ESG is part of what we're going to do as an organisation as we help our clients transition to a cleaner future. That also applies in trade. So as you'll be aware, we've launched a number of supply chain finance programs where we're ESG screening the suppliers, and we're working with those supply chains to push through, in some instances, stronger social principles. We've also launched products that follow ESG principles from a loan perspective. So ESG, we expect to become a larger part of our business. It's something we need to help our clients with on their transitions. We're putting the frameworks, the technologies in to do that. We work with organisations like the ICC on those principles around trade, and we will look to support our clients and the firm, of course, on its path to a greener, more socially responsible future.
Thank you, Chris, and really looking forward to the ICC frameworks coming out in the next few weeks. Chris, such a pleasure to catch up with you at Sibos. See you next year.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.